Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eddy Miranda here from Physique News, and we're starting to do the Road to Olympia interviews. And this week, we actually happen to start to have a veteran, Khali Quartey. If you guys been seeing, he's been breaking out on the scene this year. He's done 7 shows this year alone. 5 of them, he's actually placed top 5, and he's qualified for the Olympia for the first time in his 3-year pro career. Hey, what's up, Khali? How you doing, brother?
What's up, homie? I'm good. I'm good, man. Feeling blessed. Feeling amazing. Today was another great day. I appreciate you reaching out to me, man.
Bro, anytime, man. So look, you've done 7 shows this year, man. That's actually a lot of shows for an athlete. Dude, why did you want to do that shows? What was your strategy for this year doing that, man?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I started the season. I kind of wanted to do the Arnold to jump off. I feel like Arnold is a good jump start to start your season because it's pretty much the first show of the year, the new year. So you're ready in March for whatever you want to do, photo shoots or competing, whatever. So I wasn't quite ready for the Arnold, so I didn't do that. So I did the next show after, which was the Flex Vibes, Tim Gardner show in Florida. I ended up getting first call out in that show, but I got 6th place. So that just made me hungry. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I dialed in for the year. I'm not too far off. I need to do something else. So then I later went to Dallas because Dre has been inviting me to the Keys to the City, her show now for the past couple years. So I was like, man, let me go out there and go do Dre's show, man. She always puts on some real good shows. She has some great prize money, some great competition, some great athletes there. So I was like, man, I got to show up for that one. Yeah. And I did, and it didn't go quite as I expected. I didn't dial in. I tried some different things, at the end, trying to do different fats and stuff like that, and it didn't quite work well for me. So, as you go, you learn through trial and error.
And I remember seeing you at that show. We were actually going back and forth about that, like discussing about how you were on stage and the different things that you tried to over at City Limits when you went there.
Yeah. So I tried some new stuff, and I didn't like what it did to me, so I went back to the drawing board. And, man, to be honest with you, man, these years I've been competing, bro, I have not been doing any faster cardio.
Dude, what? I hate you right now.
I have not been doing any faster cardio. I've just been training. I've been doing a little cardio post workout or whatever, but I hadn't been getting up and doing that cardio, man. And this year, after Dre's show, I started doing faster cardio. And that really, for me, has been a huge game changer. So I just took it back to the original thing that was working from the beginning, threw a couple of calisthenic training moves in, and, man, it was the little thing that I needed to make my physique pop that much more. Yeah. And every show that I did after that, New Orleans, the Greater Golf and everything was a top 5 placing. So yeah, I just kept up what was working for me.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, right after City Limits, that's when you started getting all your top 5s, all your first call-outs, so you start really placing really well.
I got tired of losing, bro. It's frustrating because I know I'm a bull, bro. I know I'm a lion. I stay hungry. If you come train with me, if anybody comes train with me at the gym, they'll see my strategy of training. I don't let off the muscle. I keep pressure on the muscle the whole way. You feel like you're going to die in the gym. You know what I mean? It's super intense. So, and I have the size, the conditioning. So I'm like, man, what the hell am I doing wrong? So it was just that little thing, man, that cardio. I added that cardio in, a few calisthenic moves, and, man, it was a game changer, bro. And I just couldn't stop after that. Placing top 5, you're like, shit, I'm right there. I got to keep going. Yeah. I got to keep going. It's a points game. They started off the year talking about IFBB Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's basically what it was, man. You got to keep going, bro. Show after show after show. If you want to really, get in there. If you want to make it to the O, you can't do no 1-2 shows. 1 first place win isn't enough anymore,
Exactly.
Unless you just did Tampa and won, or, a top tier show and won, and that was it.
Yeah.
But, 1 show isn't enough.
No, and I remember last year in Tampa, we linked up while we were there, and you said, I asked you about your coaching, and you said that you coach yourself. Is that still like the deal that you're doing going into these shows? You're still coaching yourself, and then you said you had
no. So at the time I was with Mandis.
Yeah.
I was with Mandis. Mandis is a great coach. He's actually the first coach who told me about an off season. You know, before him, I stayed shredded year. I thought that was the thing to do. You know, staying shredded year round. I didn't know about taking time off. You know, gaining, building muscle for about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months before you dial them back in. And that was what he helped me to do, to put on more size. So I'm used to doing my own nutrition. Man is my set of eyes, man. I don't know. I mean, what I do without him, man. He helps me so much. You know, coming into the peak weeks and stuff like that, telling me if I'm looking too flat, if I need to fill up a little bit more, always giving me key pointers, you know, to help me hit those places, man. So he's my corner man, and he's definitely there always when I need him.
Cool.
And
going into Tampa, I remember talking with you. It's like, you know, you're going into that show, you're already pretty hot, getting first call-outs. And we were discussing, it's like, man, I need this show just to qualify, you know. And we were saying, it's like, bro, you at least need to like place. I think it was either place or get fourth place, and that's what you got, you know. Coming out of that and having like that kind of discussion, it's like, bro, I need this show in order to place, in order to qualify, you know, in order to qualify. You walked there qualified. Like, how did you feel after that, man?
Man, I can't even lie to you, man. There was so much going on in my life. It felt good immediately when it always feels good to place in that top 5. It didn't hit me immediately though. Like you know, if when someone close to you dies or something, and it just doesn't hit you right then, but later on it may hit you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it was. It didn't hit me immediately. I felt it. I was excited. You know, I know what just happened, but it just didn't hit me just because there was so much going on. There was so many different things I was juggling in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At the time. So I had a lot on my mind, but I was super excited. You know, first time Olympian, you know, my Olympia debut, I was super happy. I was stoked. You know, my coach was happy for me. He interviewed, you know, I could see the emotion in him, you know, when he interviewed me. So it was a real dope feeling, man.
Yeah, and then after you got qualified, you're like, you know, I'm still in shape. I'm going to go into San Antonio. Dude, man, you know, and what's funny, it's like, you know, we've been hanging out with some bikini. We were hanging out with some bikini girls the other day, and you know, they're like, yeah, but we're still like, even though we're qualified, we're still hitting the shows afterwards because we still want to be running the points for next year. That's basically what you want to do. Are you after the Olympia? Are you still going to be hitting shows after that?
That's exactly what it was. I wanted to see how I was going to do, but I kind of messed up for San Antonio. And it was my fault completely. I had my family out there. You know, when you got a lot of people around you at the show, you're not as focused sometimes as you could or should be because you kind of worry about their welfare, their well-being, instead of just focusing on yourself. And, you know, we have to be a little selfish when we're coming to our shows and focus on ourselves to make sure we're on point for that day, for that morning of the show, because, you know, prejudging is everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the show was supposed to start at 12, and it ended up starting early. So I stepped outside for a second to get my family's tickets and everything situated, and I got a call from my coach like, dude, they started the show early, man. They're about to scratch you if you don't get back there. And I was like, what?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I hurried up and got back there, and by the time I got back there, I didn't have no time to do anything but slap some oil on and step on stage. I did like 10 push-ups. I didn't get a chance to pump or nothing for San Antonio, so that was kind of my dilemma. So dudes were kind of cracking jokes. They were like, dude, you just show up to the show and you don't pump up or nothing to get top 5. And I was really mad at myself, you know, because I was like, damn, what if I would have pumped? You know what I mean? I would have been tight. I would have been looking a little bit more full. You know, I probably could have placed higher. I would have been in the money, you know, probably top 3.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. And like I said, every situation is a learning experience. So I took that and I learned from it and said, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and focus on the O, 5 weeks out, you know, and just get my game face on and keep going.
I mean, and you're already pretty tight going into the O, coming off of these shows. So what's your strategy going into the O? Because I know if you peak too many times, you know, you can lose that conditioning. You know, are you going to like wean off and then hit it really hard, or what's your strategy with
So
that?
that's basically what I did. This past week was my first week, basically not competing, not worried about a lot. You know, I still been training. I went and got some therapy. I don't know if you can still see the bruising from the cupping and stuff I had got done, Graston therapy, trigger point. I did a bunch of therapy, you know, and I still been hitting it hard. I'm not letting up on the weights, man. That's my passion, man. So I've been smashing the weights and I've been eating. This week my calories have been really, really, really high because I know all the athletes I'm going against have been kind of just coasting into this show. They've been, you know, having a little bit more time to bulk up, put that size on, put that mass, that thickness, that width and everything, and kind of just coast into the show. As me, I've been constantly dialed in, been tight. You know, I haven't had a chance to put any real quality mass on since earlier this year. So I really put it on this week, and I'm about to tighten up. I'm about to tighten up the next few weeks now, just really dialing in.
Awesome, man. Now after the O, like, what are your plans? Like, are you still going to try to hit like a couple shows, or hit a couple shows and take like an off season after you like accumulated a couple points?
Man, you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I got some trips set up. I'm doing a little traveling, man. I've been, you know, traveling locally around the U.S., going to do these shows and everything, and it's been fun. It's been cool. It's been great. But, man, I don't think there's anything like going outside of the country and really just being able to spread your wings, you know. Yeah. It's a big, beautiful world out there, man. I'm going to go to China. I'm going to go to a few different places and just really see. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to go to Hawaii. I'm going to go to a few different places and just really kick my feet up a little bit, you know, in my off-season, bulk up, eat some good food, and still smash that iron, you know.
Hey, bro, as long as I can fit inside your luggage, bro, I'm all cool with it, man. Bro, I'll go along with...
Your big toe's too big. It ain't gonna fit, bro.
Oh, man. Well, Khali, bro, dude, I truly appreciate your time, bro. You know, this has been an awesome interview, man. You know, I wish you the best at the O and in your prep going into it. You know, I know a lot of people go through struggles, man, you know, and everybody's going to hit them, and everybody's going to hit them during the prep, man. So I wish you the best of luck through your prep and into the O, man.
Appreciate it, Oman. I appreciate that.
All right, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, guys. So that's it for the interview. We wish you the best. Later, guys.